Gur equal Singh Kang.
Spell that for me, please.
Guriqbal, last name Kang, Kang.
Kang.
Yeah,
And tell me your first name again.
Gur equal.
Gur equal.
Yeah, I go with a Guri Kang.
Guri Kang.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
You.
So I want to ask you about Donald Trump. You know, we talked to Indy about why he supports Donald Trump. For you, what was it that said, you know what, that's my candidate?
You know, I've been following Donald Trump almost 2 years because we're hearing, he's going to go for the candidate for the Republican Party. And he had to go through from 16 candidates, and he came ahead from all those. That time, I have the feelings he will get it, and that's his right time.
Why? Why is it the right time for him? Why is he the right candidate?
Because all other candidates, they don't come up their head when they have the debates together. All those guys, I believe in Marco Rubio for a while, and Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, people coming he's from Canada, this and that. And when the Donald Trump comes up and he tell all the numbers and all the figures coming up, so I start believing in him.
But what about his policy says that really is going to affect my life? That's going to make my life better.
The policy is the one he showed us. I mean, people saying whether he's against other immigrants. I'm the one of the immigrants. Living proof. I have family live in India, and I applied for them 13 years ago. Twice, their numbers came up, and Mr. Obama put them back for every time 3 years. Because he said, I like to bring more Syrian refugees because they have a quota. Once the quota is met, they don't belong. They don't want to bring any more immigrants from other countries. And I like to bring legally, not illegally. But there's a process to waiting time. Waiting time is almost like 7 to 8 years. It's been almost 14 years. And their numbers almost 30 months away.
Do you think they have a better chance under Trump as president?
The chance, the one I have it, at least their numbers are not going to go sit back. Because Trump want to bring legally, not illegally. Because he's supporting all the immigrants, the ones come legal. Through the process, the way we came through. So we can pay taxes. And that's I believe in.
So let's talk about some of the things that he said. He said that there should be a list, a registry of all Muslims. They need to carry papers. He said that we should build a wall and send illegal immigrants or Mexicans back to Mexico. He said some other things, things that he said on the bus, things about women. Do any of those things make you cringe at all? Did any of those things make you think, I can't vote for him?
You know what? When you talk with the Muslims, all the Muslims are not bad. Every community have bad apples. In my community, anywhere you go there. He say, I want to make sure when anybody comes from the Middle East or any other countries, check their background, who they are. Is a good guy or is a bad guy? On the bus thing, the one he's talking about, or the women's or anything like that. Those two people talking. We've been talking at the election day. And we tell everybody, say, hey, is anybody recording? Because, sometimes you talk that, but you're not mean to that. That's not his intention to do that. And it's 35 years ago. Some woman is coming up, he did this thing, he did this thing. If some woman is touching or he touched the woman or whatever that comes out, because the lady said, he grabbed me in the plane. Actually, it's the other way around. She's the one that jumping on him. That's why the news came up. But no media showed that things. We had to, on the wall side, we got to protect the borders. No matter what. You go to Europe, you go to India, they have the protected waters. If we're going to protect the water, people are going to keep coming in. And the bad element is going to come inside. And that's why we pay the price in 9/11. We don't want to see the 9/11 again. And who suffer the most? The Sikh, because of identity problems. Obama have 8 years to fix that problem. And I support him first time. In the first term he got, I support him. I put him vote. But slowly, they're staying away from the plans they're supposed to have it. They cannot fix the borders. They can hire more people. If they don't want to build a wall, let's hire some more people. Let's have people have jobs. That's how this country, because this country built on immigrants. Let's bring good people. There's a lot of good people in other countries, but they want to come in here, but there's a lot of other policies, the red line. I mean, you gotta beat the red line.
So it's something that we hear every presidential season or whenever the election cycle starts. We heard it with Bush. We're hearing it with Obama. We heard it with Clinton. We heard, I voted for him. He was supposed to do X, Y, and Z. He didn't. So now I'm voting for the other party's candidate. It seems that there's a pattern that you can't get everything done in 4 to 8 years as president. So how long does Donald Trump have to get what you think he should do done, and what do you think he should do within his first term?
The first term, the way we talk about that is 100 days. Like my friends say that. The first thing is the immigration. There's a 13 million illegal people in this country. They have to bring it some kind of reform. Because whenever Republicans comes in the power, the most of the time they always bring the reform. The Democrat Party never ever bring a reform. Hillary Clinton say, because she's gonna bring the reform in first 100 days and you can make everybody citizen. How can you make a citizen in the first 100 days? Because it took me almost 5 days to become a citizen in this country. There is a system, you had to have so many years in this country to become a citizen, legally. That system, I mean, you can make up the numbers, is these things going to take time? But the first thing is the job, economy. They had to fix the economy. We're losing jobs left and right, it don't matter what. I mean, I can say that last 8 years, Mr. Obama deported close to 1.9 million people, and there is no news about that. If you go to immigration website, and that's where the news right there. But then no media ever reported that. Hillary's saying she's going to bring everybody citizen, and Mr. Obama deporting all those peoples, and out on the news, and everybody asking that is that Trump is going to bring everybody on the same page in 100 days. I don't think it's going to be possible that 100 days. Yeah, if they bring some kind of reform, let's say, okay, we can bring everybody on the table. Let's see how many people illegally staying in this country, and step by step, let's fill the paperwork. Let's see who you are. Let's make your identification and go from there.
So how long does he have, though, in your opinion, to get this stuff done before you lose faith in him?
I think in the first term he can do it. Yeah, he can do that in the first term.
And if he doesn't?
There's a way to do it. And I believe in him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's turn to your community. We asked Indy about this. What are people in your community saying when you tell them, I voted for Trump, here's why you should vote for Trump? What do they say to you?
A lot of people support us. Last Sunday, we had our New York, Juba City Sikh parade. A lot of people came in and taken the pictures with us. Even the news media came from India, and they telecast in India even this morning. They showed it that there's a Sikh for Trump. They're supporting him. We had the young generations from Davis, Chico. They all kids came in and they said, you know what? He had the best immigration reform coming up. His policies are one of the best for the economy-wise, job-wise, and the immigration. And the Sikh community, they are all smaller businesses. The small businesses only survive by conservatives, all those policies, because there's a big red line. If I open any gas station, it took me 1 year to open the door. It's a long process, especially in California. How you can survive to paying all the bills? How can I create a job if I have no business open? You have to have a business, because I create jobs myself. I have the jobs, I have people working for me. You know what I learned from Mr. Trump? They say he has over 600,000 employees in his empire.
Tell me about your businesses.
I'm a real estate guy, and I develop liquor stores, gas stations, and I've been doing since 1998.
So you have a lot of experience.
Yes, I hear, because when I came in this country, I got like $100 in my pocket. And now I got a beautiful wife, I got a beautiful daughter, she's going to law school, and I have one son, he's a Marine.
It sounds like you are a self-made man. You have pulled yourselves up by, as they say, your bootstraps, and you've gotten to work. Is that something that you identify with and you see in Donald Trump?
Yes, I did. I came in this country in 1988. Since that day, from today, I never called in sick myself at my work. I show up to work. If it rain, sunshine, or what, I go to work.
What can you say to the people who are not happy right now? What can you say to the people who didn't vote for Donald Trump?
The question is, Mr. Trump, he got 50 plus votes. And this is a good nation, and we always follow our president. If Hillary Clinton win this election, we're going to stay behind her. And I want to tell our people, stay united, we'll be a great nation again.
What about the people who say, that's great, but we're afraid?
You know, they can say they're afraid because they're lazy and they don't want to work. They gotta go get a job. Mr. Trump's in the office right now. You guys watch. There's a plenty of jobs coming in because all the industry is gonna come back. But that's why you say in his speech, if you're making something outside the country, there's gonna be special tax on that. So they're gonna come back because they don't pay special tax. Now they're saving all the money overshot. Panama, Australia, Switzerland, those things gonna come back.
I understand the economic side of it, but the people who say they're afraid because of racial reasons and racial tensions across the country.
You know what they say in the debate? Okay, Mr. President, Mr. Trump, if you lose the election, you will concede. He said, yes, I will, if he's on my side. What happened if the Hillary Clintons win election? Do you think all the Republicans be protesting again? I don't think so. Because we know the values and he knows the values to protect every citizen of this country, and he will.
So what do you say to the people that are protesting?
You know what? They're gonna do a couple days, nothing else because they want to just go to the news. You know, it's a waste of time and the money, public properties, and costing every city extra money for the cops, protections. So I mean, my question is, just go get your job at regular times. Just finish your job, everything, go to work, and see what he does. And if he don't do anything, I stand up with the protesters. I go protest against him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
James, did you want to add anything?
No, let me get a shot of the two of you, and then we'll be good.
It's okay? It's great?
Very
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.